The clock on the wall clicked past 6 p.m., but for Maya, time had stopped 2 hours earlier. She sat at her desk, motionless, staring at the single line in the email on her screen. After careful consideration, we regret to inform you that the promotion to creative director has been awarded to another candidate. Regret to inform you. The words felt like a verdict, a final, definitive judgment on her worth. For 8 years, she had poured herself into this agency. She was the first in, the last out. She'd won awards, saved difficult accounts, mentored juniors. The creative director role was the next logical step. It was hers. But it wasn't. The story she told herself in that moment was loud and brutal. I'm not good enough. I'm smart, but not brilliant. I'm a solid player, not a star. This is my ceiling. They've seen my limit. This was a fixed mindset narrative, and it wrapped around her like a heavy chain. She saw the setback not as an event, but as an identity. I am a failure. As she numbly packed her bag, her eye caught a book on her shelf, a gift from a mentor last year. Mindset, the New Psychology of Success. She'd skimmed it, nodded along, but never truly felt it. On impulse, she threw it into her bag. That night, curled on her sofa, the book fell open. She reread the central idea, the difference between a fixed mindset, believing your qualities are carved in stone, and a growth mindset, believing your abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work. Then she read about the power of a simple phrase, not yet. Dr. Dweck described a school where instead of failing students, they gave a grade of not yet. It meant you were on a learning curve, not at a dead end. The email in her mind shifted. It no longer said, you are not a creative director. It now said, you are not a creative director yet. That one word, yet, changed the physics of her world. It created a pathway where before there was a wall. The question changed from, am I good enough? A fixed mindset question about judging her permanent traits, to what do I need to learn to become good enough? A growth mindset question about development. Maya made a decision. For 1 month, she would operate from a growth mindset laboratory. She would experiment. Step 1. Redefining the enemy. She realized her enemy wasn't the colleague who got the promotion or the managers who didn't choose her. Her enemy was the fixed mindset voice that whispered, protect yourself. Don't try. It will just prove you're a fraud. Step 2. Seeking feedback, not validation. This was the hardest part. Instead of avoiding her boss, she requested a meeting. With her heart pounding, she asked, to grow into a leadership role in the future, what are the 2 to 3 skills or experiences you believe I need to develop? She was not asking for consolation. She was asking for a roadmap. Her boss, surprised and impressed, gave her direct, constructive feedback. Your creative work is stellar, but the role requires a more strategic vision for entire brand portfolios and more experience pitching to C-level executives. You're brilliant in the trenches, but we need to see you more on the hill, mapping the battle. A fixed mindset would have heard, you're not strategic, you're not executive material. Her new growth mindset heard, I need to develop strategic vision and executive presence. These are learnable skills. Maya built a learning plan. For strategic vision, she didn't just hide and study. She volunteered to lead the most analytically complex, failing account the agency had, a project everyone else avoided. She immersed herself in the client's industry, their business metrics, their competitors. She framed creative ideas not just as cool campaigns, but as solutions to specific business problems. She failed to turn the account around immediately, but in her quarterly review, she presented a 15-page strategic analysis that stunned the partners. It was praised as the kind of thinking we charge Fortune 500 companies for. For executive presence, she joined a public speaking workshop. Her first practice speech was a disaster. She spoke too fast, her palms sweated. The old fixed voice said, "See, you're not a natural. Quit." The growth voice said, "This is why you're here. What did you learn?" She practiced relentlessly. She asked colleagues to let her present portions of meetings. She focused on progress, not perfection. Crucially, she began to love the challenge itself. The struggle to understand a complex business model became a puzzle. The nervousness before a pitch became a signal she was growing, not a sign of weakness. She started to see her colleague, the new creative director, not as a rival, but as a source of observation. What can I learn from how he runs a meeting? 6 months later, the agency faced a crisis. Their biggest client was threatening to leave after a disastrous product launch. An all-hands war room was called. The mood was panic. The old Maya would have waited to be called on, hoping to have the perfect, safe idea. The new Maya, operating from her growth mindset, knew this was a not-yet moment of a different kind. She wasn't yet the official leader, but she could practice leadership. She took a deep breath and spoke. She didn't just offer a creative band-aid. She structured her thoughts using the strategic language she'd been practicing. If our goal is to rebuild trust, we need to address their 3 core business fears. Here's a phased plan. First, a humility and accountability campaign from the CEO. Second, a customer value restitution program. Third, a relaunch narrative focused on durability. I've sketched what phase 1 could look like. The room went quiet. Then the managing director said, "Maya, run with that. You're leading this task force." The task force was a grind. There were setbacks, late nights, moments of doubt, but Maya's mindset had fundamentally changed. Each obstacle was no longer proof of inadequacy. It was the very material of growth. When a client meeting went poorly, she analyzed her approach, not her character. When her team hit a wall, she praised their effort and pivoted strategies. They saved the client. Not only that, the campaign won a major industry award for crisis management and brand innovation. At the celebration party, the CEO came up to her. "What you did," he said, "was more than save an account. You demonstrated a level of leadership we need. The creative director role for the new West Coast office opens next quarter. I want you to think about it." Later that night, Maya thought about the offer. The promotion, the title, they were gratifying, but the profound victory was internal. A year ago, a rejection had defined her. It said, "This is who you are." Now, an opportunity was simply a step on a continuum. It said, "This is what you can work towards." She had learned that a growth mindset isn't about believing you can be anything you want by just wanting it. It's about believing your abilities can be cultivated through effort, strategy, help from others, and learning from setbacks. It's about replacing the tyranny of now with the potential of yet. The fixed mindset voice never fully disappears. It's still whispered sometimes. They expect you to be a genius now. But she had a new, stronger voice to answer. They expect me to be a learner, and so do I. Her story was no longer a finished book with a fixed title. It was a living document, constantly being revised, expanded, and improved. The goal was no longer to prove she was smart, but to become smarter. Not to prove she was a leader, but to embrace the process of leading. Her journey had transformed her deepest belief, from "my potential is predetermined" to "my effort and response determine my potential." And that made all the difference. Later that night, Maya thought about the offer. The promotion, the title, they were gratifying, but the profound victory was internal. A year ago, a rejection had defined her. It said, "This is who you are." Now, an opportunity was simply a step on a continuum. It said, "This is what you can work towards." Think of your own promotion email moment. A rejection, a failure, a critical piece of feedback that felt like a judgment. What was the fixed mindset story you told yourself? "I'm not. I'll never be." Now, apply the power of not yet. How does that change the story? What is one skill you can develop, one piece of feedback you can seek, or one challenge you can embrace as a learning opportunity starting this week. Remember, the goal isn't to have a growth mindset every single second. The goal is to recognize when the fixed mindset is talking and to consciously choose a different, more empowering path, the path of growth, the path of yet.